Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Mary Ibrahim. Welcome to the third and final Thought Leaders interview with Mr. Muhammad Al-Sayed, who is truly one of the leaders of research in the GCC and Africa, and recently promoted to international lead. I will be introducing Mr. Muhammad, who graduated with a Bachelor of Pharmaceutical Science from Cairo University, after which he pursued a diploma in clinical research from the Institute of Clinical Research in the UK. He is also a board certified medical affairs specialist from the Accreditation Council of Medical Affairs in New Jersey in the USA. Mr. Muhammad has great passion and dedication to clinical research and public health, especially in the Middle East and Africa region. With 9 years of diversified experience with clinical research organizations and research-based biopharmaceutical companies, Muhammad was recognized by the UAE Ministry of Health and Prevention for his contribution in building research infrastructure in the country. Muhammad is currently the International Medical Evidence Delivery Lead in AstraZeneca. Mr. Muhammad, thank you so much for joining us today. And we'll dive right in. What do you think about the research environment in the UAE? And why do pharmaceutical companies and AstraZeneca always consider the UAE for research projects?
So firstly, thank you, Dr. Maria, for inviting me to this forum,
Pleasure.
and it's a great pleasure to see that the research is evolving in UAE. And so, answering your question, I think UAE is growing in all aspects, and one of the aspects is the infrastructure.
Yes.
So we have a diverse population in the UAE, from languages, ethnicity,
Demographics, yes.
demographics, and so on. We have a lot of clinics and hospitals and health community infrastructure, which
Yes.
really support the research environment. And one of the good things here that most of the population, if not 100%, are insured,
Yes.
which means they have access to all the capacities of diagnostics, medication, innovative technologies, and even the right pathway for patients.
Yes.
And the good thing also that we have the right calibers. So we have researchers. We have from the physicians, the pharmacists, the research nurses, the units, and the expert in research. So I believe UAE is one of the future hubs for research.
Yes.
And we are, as an industry, and the authorities here are really supporting the growth of
Definitely.
research.
It's part of the UAE vision. And
Exactly.
we all try to be aligned with that. And there has definitely been a shift over the past 5 years. Can you tell us about maybe this shift? How do you see a difference between 5 years ago and today?
So I can see a lot of evolving in the last 5 years. We have witnessed a lot of awareness
Yes.
with the health authorities, with the research industries, and even with the patient.
Yes.
They started to know about clinical research, about evidence generation. We have seen a lot of cooperation from the regulatory authorities in terms
Yes.
of making proper regulations, matching the global frame, starting to evolve. We have seen some challenges, but it's really working on and moving to the right direction with the legal and the hospital authorities in terms of contractual procedures, in terms of research environment. We have seen also a plan for awareness and videos and
Yes.
brochures and
Yes.
campaigns for the patient.
Yes.
And I have witnessed also one of the good things that for the life-threatening diseases and things like the COVID, there is a specific ethical and research committees that
Yes.
expedite. So they really understand the time factor in
The urgency.
in approving
Yes.
of research
Yes.
and urgency.
Yes,
So this is
definitely.
one of the things that I have witnessed, and I think all the health community have witnessed.
Definitely. Even personally, I'm surrounded by research facilities that approach me saying that they want to start research, but maybe they don't know exactly where to make the most effort that will give them the highest impact. So do you have any tips for aspiring research sites, how they can attract more high caliber international studies maybe to the UAE, to Dubai?
I think attracting high caliber international studies is about the ecosystem. And the health centers are part of this ecosystem.
Yes.
And they are an essential pillar. So,
Yes.
so if they don't really do their part, they might not be as attractive as we want for future research. So for an example, I would encourage that the culture in the hospital
Yes.
and in the research unit is
Yes.
really supporting and endorsing the presence of research community.
Yes.
Let's say incentive schemes, let's say building research units, even if it's very small units to
Yes.
support the research team.
Agreed. Agreed.
Awareness, starting to promote their facilities
Yes.
and collaborate with the research industries, start to support in the feasibility programs and so on. And I think with that, when they really understand and show to the industry and health community how they are fast, how they are matching the global standards,
Yes.
and how they are even faster in recruitment because having the right population, the way of channels reaching to the population, well-educated people who can really read and sign and participate in health outcome
Yes.
assessment questionnaires and
Yes.
and following the instructions for any trial or clinical
Yes.
research. So I think there is a lot done, but there is a lot to be done in the future. And I think with that we are in the right direction.
Yes, there is definitely an enhanced research culture in the UAE. So, what are the key changes that you see in this culture? Can you give us examples, maybe?
I have seen, of course, changes in the regulatory requirements,
Yes,
which is really faster than before.
agreed.
I-
Central and local.
Central
Yes.
and local
Yes.
and aligned between departments.
Yes.
I have seen also that a lot of trainings have been done to uplift the capacities for all the members of research, from ethical committees to research units to the industry.
Yes.
I have seen also what's really good that we can see on the clinicaltrials.gov and the registries that a lot of studies started to be part
Yes,
in this
yes.
region. But what I really believe that we need a lot of networks between hospitals,
Yes.
a lot of referral centers, more than what we have. We are reaching. We would love to reach to the ideal situation.
I love that you said that because it ties in with a lot of what the other experts said about enhanced collaboration, enhanced affiliations between entities from different parts of the industry and from different stakeholders to drive the same vision forward. Yes.
And one more thing, which is the consistency.
Yes.
Consistency is really important. I have seen that we come to a very good step. We have a lot of capacities, but we need to make sure that this will be maintained
Yes.
longer
Yes.
and longer. We have a lot of calibers to be successors. We have a lot of, let's say, improvement plans ongoing, and we have a share of voice to all the partners of research.
Yes. That's wonderful. Thank you.
And the patient element, I think, will be crucial for patient centricity in the future, and they have to be
Definitely,
part
yes, I feel that
of the decision making as well.
Agreed. The patient population in the UAE is very savvy, very self-reliant when it comes to finding information, learning information. So yes, I agree. They are highly educated, more willing, even especially after COVID and after the clinical trials with the vaccines, to accept the idea of participating in research.
Agree, totally agree.
I know that AstraZeneca and your good self specifically collaborate a lot with local authorities such as GSA and others. Can you tell us more about these collaborations?
So I think this collaboration started when the industry sat on the same table with the authorities and on the same table with the institution and researcher to identify how to reach to the global level and how to uplift the overall infrastructure. So AstraZeneca is really entrepreneur, and we have this common, let's say, vision with DHCA. We have this common vision with the rest of the authorities in the UAE that we are working for one objective, which
Yes.
is the patient centricity, and which is bringing more research and innovative solutions
Yes.
to this patient.
Yes.
And we have several factors. So we worked in parallel on improving the regulatory frame.
Yes.
We worked in parallel in improving the reach of trainings and development
And
programs.
you've had specific efforts that were awarded, like I said in the introduction, with the Ministry of Health and Prevention.
Exactly.
Yes.
That was a teamwork. That
Yes.
was the collaboration between, as I mentioned, between the industry and the regulatory authorities.
Yes.
We identified that one of the things that need to be advanced and improved, it is expedited timelines and parallel approval pathways
Yes.
between the regulatory authorities and the ethical committees
Yes.
and even the institutions. And we reached out to a successful story, which now UAE become one of the fastest in
Yes.
approvals in our region.
Yes.
And there is always area of improvement, of sure, but I'm quite sure that this is attracting a lot of studies in the future.
Of course.
And maybe within the next 1 or 2 years, we could see a better and higher flow of clinical research to this
Inshallah.
region.
That would be wonderful. So, what's the vision of AstraZeneca for research and innovation for the future? What can we expect next from AstraZeneca?
So I think AstraZeneca is and will still be an active member with the industry to support the development of the infrastructure in the region.
Yes.
We are doing all our efforts to promote the sites here in the UAE to show how they are capable to be part of the global international trials.
Yes.
We are still serving patients with our portfolio of medicine. So we are trying to ensure that we have local representation from data, from local registries, from
Yes.
even being partner of choice with the health authorities
Yes.
in all their visions. So I believe this is a common vision between our authorities
Wonderful.
and between AstraZeneca. And we are committed that the more we serve patients, the more we do our values. So
Wonderful. It's at the end of the day, it's all about the patients and their well-being, and just bettering the life of the community and the society at large. In your professional opinion, what are the main therapeutic areas that will have a lot of attention in the next decade, let's say?
I think the world now is not as predictive as before because
Agree.
of the COVID situation.
COVID-19 taught us all, yes.
Exactly, but I have seen that non-communicable diseases is still growing, and we need to react fast to protect and mitigate the risk for our
Yes.
patients.
Yes.
I believe the artificial intelligence will have a great role in identifying and diagnosis in the future.
Agreed, yes.
The genomic and stem cells and
Precision medicine,
precision
yes,
medicine and
yes.
so on. I think digital platforms and data needs to be available
Yes.
and integral
Accurate data,
and
reliable
accurate and
data.
integral.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And one more thing, I am not sure COVID will continue or not, I hope not, but I think with the research and development mindset, we have seen a success in developing the vaccines and the structures
Yes.
and data collection and mitigating as much as we can the risks, but still we hope things will be better,
Inshallah.
inshallah.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Mr. Muhammad, and thank you all for joining us. Tune in tomorrow for 3 more interviews in the Thought Leaders series, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much.